everybody. This is Click and Cliff. Welcome back to another Beyond the Click and Cliff podcast. This is a podcast where I tell you of life experiences, either with me growing up, my career, or just experiences I had growing up. Something beyond the Lego. As you see behind me, that's what I mainly do on the channel. But I like to give you beyond Lego, beyond all that about me. And I share stories with you and hope you like it. Of course, you do this while you're working in a Lego room, working, exercising, cleaning house, doing whatever you're doing. When something on in the background, this is the perfect video for it. Because I'm just going to here tell you stories and try to make you laugh and maybe inspire you. I don't know. I don't know too much about that inspiring kind of thing, but this is what we do. I don't know. People always said they, I mean, put it this way. Have you ever thought, if I had to do it over again, you would? Or you made some god awful mistakes when you were younger that you wished that you could have changed or didn't do? It was like a bonehead move. Well, I certainly have. I lived a life as a teenager. Growing up, you got these what I call landmarks on your life. 15 and a half, and when I was young, 15 and a half is when you got your driver's permit. 16, you got your driver's license. 18, you were a young adult. You could buy cigarettes. Used to back then. And then 21, you were able to buy alcohol. And then 25, if you hadn't got too much trouble, you saved on insurance. But after 25, it's like, what's next? Your landmarks are done. As far as that goes. Now, I know there's wedding anniversaries and stuff like that, which, yeah. But I'm going to tell you, I got a couple stories, I'm calling today's podcast Risky Business because I did stuff that was risky, believe it or not. I kind of might have had a rebellious stage in my life when I was about 20. I'll take you back. I'll take you way back when I was 18. No, 17. Because I used to go to the store and buy cigarettes. You're not supposed to buy cigarettes at 18. And I always go to this one store always sold to me. And I thought I had the bluff set on them. I had the bluff on them. Right? I'm like, well, keep doing it. And one day he stopped me and asked me, he goes, when are you going to turn 18? And matter of fact, I go, well, tomorrow's my birthday. So he knew he was selling to minors, and I tell you what, if he got caught, he probably got in trouble. But yeah, and the thrill, getting carded. When you finally turned 18, you wanted somebody to card you for cigarettes. You thought you were the man. Same with 21, man. I was waiting for somebody to card me, but they never would card me. I was like, man, I ain't fine. Aren't you supposed to card me? He goes, well, you're not over 21. I said, well, yeah, I am, but the point of turning one, you got to show that you're 21 to the person you're buying the liquor off of, right? Yeah, well. So we got past the age of 18. Got on I was legalized to buy cigarettes. I quit. Now, I don't smoke anymore. But other than that, I was smoking back then. And, then we get closer to age 21. And yes, I was a teenager. I got a hold of liquor when I was 16. And I partake of it a little bit every weekend. One night, I kid you not, my dad and mom knew. You think when you were a kid that you're sneaking in, they knew what you were doing. Your parents are not stupid whatsoever at all. They knew exactly what you were doing. Well, needless to say, that day, one night I came in on a Friday night. But I had a curfew. My dad had me be home by midnight. He said nothing good happens after midnight. So I always made sure I was home at midnight because I didn't want to reap the punishment that I was going to partake. Well, I came home midnight and I was kind of stumbling around, and I used the walls to keep myself braced until I got to my room. Then I went to bed, passed out. Right? Oh, they didn't know. I'll sleep it off next morning. I'll be good. Well, so I thought. My dad was always a light sleeper, and he knew what was going on. And this was fall, beginning of fall, and we were cutting wood cutting wood for the winter, and I knew we were going to go out in the woods the next morning to cut wood, but I didn't think I'd be all right by the time, work sweated out of me, splitting wood, whatever. Well, about 4 o'clock comes up. Sorry about the laugh, my daughter. If you heard that, I'm sorry. My daughter's having a heyday next door to me, and I can do to help it. But anyway, when I was 18, sorry, lost train of thought. But in the morning, about 4 o'clock in the morning, my dad busts open my door, turns my light out. He had pots and pans just banging. I said, "Let's go. We're gonna go in the woods." And I was home. I was still lit. I was so drunk. Man, that was a rough day. He had me out there splitting wood. I was throwing up, and he looked at me. He goes, "So you gonna have fun like that again? When you gotta work the next day?" I'm like, "How did you know, son? When you're coming in the house and barely can't walk without holding the walls." Well, I knew. Man, it was a rough day that day. And he worked my tail end off that day, too. And I think he did it on purpose to teach me a lesson. Well, the question is, was that lesson learned? Well, kind of. We get to 21. Me and my friends would hang out in the back road. And there used to be an old, shack that was out there nobody lived in. But we used it as a drinking place. We parked our trucks in the field, go in there, and heck, we found old couches and chairs that we brought in there just to put in there for us to sit down and partake of the alcoholic beverages. And, well, we did that. And then next thing we know, we hear people out there walking around. And we looked out. There was like 3 or 4 parents surrounded us. Boy, did we get in trouble that night too, and none of us were 21. They were asking how we got a hold of the alcohol, and we just told them we just went and bought it. We tried, we succeeded until now. So that was pretty interesting. But one time, what really scared me, and man, I knew better, but I didn't know why I did it. I went to a bar. Me and my friends went to a bar. We closed the bar down 2 o'clock in the morning. I was 21. I was at the legal age at this time. But there ain't no legal age in drinking and driving. And I should know better. I was a firefighter. I should know these rules. Heck, I've responded to vehicle accidents that seriously hurt somebody drinking and driving. Did I listen? No. I should have took that into consideration, but did I do it? No, because I was young and dumb. I thought I knew it all. Oh, I ain't going to be like them. I know what I'm doing. Famous last words. Well, I was driving home, and to be right, I only had 2 beers that night because I wasn't feeling good. I didn't feel like drinking. I just wanted to hang out with my friends. So I just maybe had a couple beers. So I thought it was good to drive. Well, I got pulled over. And I'm sitting there going, oh crap, my job, I just lost my job. I lost my license. I'm done. and cop went to my window, had to step out the truck, and I got out of the truck, and he asked me, he goes, how many did you have? I said, I only had a couple, but I didn't lie to him. I didn't have any. And he asked me if I'd be willing to do a breathalyzer. I said, yeah, and I did the silly dance out there, touching your nose and all that crap. And he said, I know you had a couple. I said, yeah, that's all I had. Because where you headed? I said, I'm just down the road. I mean, I was only like a mile away from my house. And he told me to get there. So I didn't get in trouble then. Knock on wood, I didn't get in trouble. Scared me, and I never did that. Well, I didn't do that again. But what I did do, me and another friend went to a nightclub. This was before I was married. And there's a little dance club. It's called like Cowboys 2000. There was a rodeo in there and a dance floor and alcohol. Perfect situation. They closed it down by 2 o'clock, right? So me and my buddy shut it down at 2 o'clock. And me and him walked to our trucks and we looked at each other. I told him, I can't drive. I'm seeing 3 of you right now. And he said the same thing. And we sat in the parking lot for a second and we looked across the street and we saw Shoney's. I said, maybe we could just drive enough to get across the street into a parking spot and get into Shoney's. So we pulled out from the end of the drive. We looked both ways and we made damn sure that there was nobody coming for miles. I mean, well, not miles, but we knew that we're not going to, gun it because I don't know what that happened. I was going to ease across the road. That's what we were going to do. And we waited till the cars were way off before we had time to ease in there. So that's what we did. We eased right into Shoney's parking lot. We parked it, went at Shoney's, and we ate a bunch of bread, coffee. We were there till pretty well 7 o'clock. So we stayed the night at Shoney's, basically. We were not till we were so sober to drive home, right? Well, we sobered up, and we took back roads away home. I didn't get on the highway. We knew the back roads, and that's how we went home. Yeah, that was a horrible night. Yeah, it was risky. We did it. I got home, knock on wood. Nobody got hurt during my adolescent years. But yeah, don't drink and drive. I don't suggest that at all. Don't even attempt it. If you had one alcoholic beverage, call a designated driver or stay where you're at. Now I do. I kind of forgot this story, but I'm gonna tell you right now. When I was 8, I was senior in high school. Me and my friends were going to go spend the night at my friend's house. His parents was one of those parents that really didn't care if you drank as long as you stayed in their house. They didn't want, when you started drinking in the house, you were there the whole night. So went to a friend's house and we sat there and drank. And I lied to my mom. I told Mom, I want to spend the night over at Richard's house. In this situation, I said, we'll call him. And she goes, why? I said, I don't know, because I want to. It's Friday night. There ain't nothing going on tomorrow. Mom goes, well, okay. Like she, for some reason, knew I was lying to her or something because we started getting drunk. I went, and next thing I know, my mom's pulled up to the drive, and my friends goes, hey, your mom's here. Like, what? So I went to the back bedroom, act like I was passed out, and Richard went out there and told my mom that I was asleep. And she just said, if you don't get Clifford out of here right now, I'll be calling the cops, and we'll get him out of here one way or the other. So I go, well, I better go out there. So I went out there, and my mom goes, get in the car. I said, I'll get my truck. Nope, you're leaving your truck here till tomorrow. Okay. So I went out there and went home. Of course, my mom was all 10 times mad, but my dad, he just looked at Linda. He said, "He's growing. This is growing up pains, man. This is what kids do." Well, I did it, but Dad, had to preach to me, or not preach to me, tell me that this is not good. That you need to not do that and all that stuff. Which I agree. I agree with too. But yeah. That was my risky business. Guys, if you like this, please hit that like button down below. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your risky business was, if you had any. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe. And, always be good to one another. Pay it forward. Open the door for somebody. Be nice. Treat people how you want to be treated. And, guys, until the next one, bye-bye.